So both of these positions are tenure track positions. They are 12-month positions. They're tenure track. They're similar to teaching faculty, but what it means when you see that this is ranked as a 12-month tenure track position, it means that you work during the summers as well. So you're not like a teaching faculty where you might have an optional 3 months off. You work throughout the entire year. But you know, vacation and holidays and everything are kind of factored into that with a 12-month. So whether you apply for this 12-month position or if a student or recent graduate applies for you know, just another position where they see it referred to as 12-month, that's what that means. And that's pretty typical for librarian positions, I found when I was doing my job searching as well. The next question that might come up for recent graduates or current students, or soon-to-be recent graduates obviously, is what does it mean when it's a tenure track faculty position? So that is a tenure track, or that leads to a tenured library position, is rare for libraries. It's something that you normally see with teaching faculty at a university. The CSU system, which of course SJSU is a part of, their librarians become tenure track faculty. So what that means is, you know, when you start your position, your tenure track position, you will be sort of on a schedule for from 6 years on from that point, and then you know, you progressively work towards obtaining tenure. And once you receive your tenure, you're in, pretty much. It's very, it's an ideal situation to be a tenured librarian. So I'm only 2 years into it, but I just want to hint on the process to know what potential applicants might be getting into. So with the tenure track position here in the CSU, and specifically at SJSU, it's going to require a lot of sort of independent research and independent writing. That might scare some people off, but I can tell you that if you're a SLIS graduate, definitely from SJSU, then you are qualified for the, let me say it another way, you have the skills to make tenure, to go through the tenure process, because I do know from firsthand it is a strenuous writing and research process. So a lot of the same skills that you're learning here in SLIS, you're going to be able to apply in any tenure track position, and that just means a position that's going to require outside scholarly activity, you know, attending and presenting at conferences, just being a part of committees and sort of a part of the administration of the library, as well as committees here on San Jose State's campus. But it also really means that you got to get stuff published. Luckily, in the library field, we're not as competitive as some other fields, but let me just say, you don't have to publish in a library journal. So you can publish in a journal or in an area that is completely caters to your interests, and that is one of the huge appeals in pursuing a tenure track library position. It's just that it's going to allow you to, it does require a little bit of extra side work, but that side work is completely under your control. You get to pursue your interests and sort of pursue your own speciality in the field. So it's an ideal position, and both of these are tenure track positions. The first position that I'm just going to hint at, I've discussed just a little bit, is titled Academic Liaison Librarian in the Sciences field. So if anyone is interested in both of these positions, or either one of these positions, again, please look at the HR website, which I'll provide the information for that later on. But I just want to make a note about the Academic Liaison Librarian position that says for the sciences. I want you to notice that having a background in the sciences is a preferred qualification. It is not a required qualification. So what we don't want anyone to do is to look at this and not consider this position just because it says the sciences. Let's say you come in from an English, you have a BA in English arts, you can still apply for the Academic Liaison Librarian Science position, but just know that you know, you're going to have a slight learning curve as you become familiar with the library issues, and actually just general information issues that students and the department and the university might have in the sciences discipline, or in a strong sciences discipline. So that if you don't have a background in that, just know that it is okay, but it's going to be up to you to demonstrate that you have the ability to learn and familiarize yourself and become acquainted with the sciences discipline, because part of the core of a liaison position here at San Jose State's King Library is reference services, collection development, collection management, and information literacy instruction. So those are the key components. For the sciences librarian, you're going to have to apply those key components, those responsibilities: reference, collection development management, information literacy instruction. You're going to have to apply that within the area or focus of the sciences. So it can be done. It can be done by any graduating student. I'll just let you know. I mean, it's just, don't be turned off just because it says the sciences. But just know, though, if you end up with that position, you're going to be deep in the sciences. So it's probably your best interests if it is something that interests you. You know, the area of the biology, any of the hard sciences. But if you don't have a science background, that's okay. You know,